This is a video on Rage, a Scratch 1.4 modification. This too is a small modification, of course. Anyways, let's just review it from the top to bottom as the usual way we do. So the first thing is files, which contains something called add a patch. So using the add patch, in case if you have some change files, or like I don't know, maybe .source file patch or something, you can just update it. I think so that's what it's meant for. I think so they provide some separate patches like downloading and all for downloading, but I don't know, maybe they thought like that would happen. And then one more interesting thing is there, in case if you try to save something, let's just go to my computer folder, go back, go to my downloads things, scratch mods. Of course in this folder we got some mods we didn't review anyway. Just saying, now we're going to look something so interesting. So we saved it as project dot. You can see we got something called project.sb.rage. You can see .sb.rge is its extension. It's very interesting. I think so it makes lots of sense, and I wish others could also follow like these things. And then let's just keep on going. We can, other than that, there is no change over here. Edit is same, and mesh is kind of common with other modes. I think so I didn't explain it in some of the modes because I got so tired. Anyways, it's used to connect two separate windows, or like a two separate instance. If you open it again, you can connect the two windows or two separate projects and share variables and broadcasts. Only that much. You can only share variables and broadcasts. And also, I think so you can also use this thing. I forgot where is that. Yeah, this thing. And then in help, let's just look at sources. Okay, we got all the credits for who all these things are coming from. Anyway, I think so LS97 is kind of common. I never gave credit to him. And Jens also. Jens is the creator of Biob. Of course, these two people are so important in modding or something. 1.4. Okay, there are 63 blocks in this mode. That makes sense. So other than that, there's no change in the top. So let's go to the bottom. You can see something strange over here. I don't know what do they call this thing. I think so ScratchMovieMorph. Yeah, it's a ScratchMovieMorph thing. You can create a JPEG movie from MPEG. I don't know how this thing works. In folder of frames, you can set frame rate. You can open a, I think so you can open a file. Let's go to Toshiba back, and I don't know, videos, sample videos. Okay, I cannot open it because you can only open MP3 file. I think so. I didn't know that. It's called ScratchMovieMorph, I think so, and I don't know what can you do with that. Anyways, maybe that could be a usage if there's something new in the sound category. I don't think so there's anything, or even experimental blocks are missing. So let's go to the next stuff. So let's check the block palette now and look at it. So motion blocks got a new thing called point to X and Y. This should be pointing to a particular X and Y. So this is, so you can see it's pointing towards a particular X and Y. If you're putting one thing as 0, this would point to almost towards a direction like 0, which means towards upwards. If this one is 0 and this one is having some number, this would point towards almost 90 degree. That's what is interesting. And if both are zeros, it will point towards minus 45. If both have equal value, I don't know what it will do. Let's see. It will point towards a 45 degree, almost like 45 degree, I think so. Anyways, it's very cool to point towards an X and Y. So let's check the next blocks. So the next block, I think so, it is also becoming kind of common in mods, because this could check if it's true or false when you receive something. Let's create something called messages received. And let me just take a for hour and put it there. If you need to put a if and else so that we can notice some changes. And there's kind of shadows in the blocks which I didn't notice. So yeah, when you place it there, let's start the script. I think so this too is buggy because people not tend to fix some kind of bugs in some mods. I don't know why they don't make it properly, but enable. I just tried something, and we can enable programmer facility. I don't know what does this add. Okay, so I think so this adds this thing. I don't know if this makes any sense, but yeah, of course there's a help thing, but it will not work unless you have some kind of files instead of it. You can save image and close Rage, but I don't want to close Rage now. You can open the browser URL over here and get date, and even you can put anything you want, but it should make sense to Scratch. I think so. Tuesday, you can see that. Time, you can see that. Hour, you can see that. Oh, I thought you could get hours, but I don't know. Okay, it's plural. Hours. Okay, that's how it works. You can get like that. It should be a drop down, which makes more sense. And there's even a comment block from Scratch 1.2 kind of style. But of course, this thing is also kind of famous. That's why this is a comment block. Okay, we got that. So this is not gonna do anything. I hope so. Okay, that also doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to be comment. Why can't they do anything? This is so funny, but why do they have this much bugs? I don't know. I feel like I want to review it, but these bugs make me to be little more slow in reviewing. And then you can go to the previous costume. Of course, the sprite itself is different. Just point towards normal direction. Okay, that's okay. And if you create some previous costume, so let me create some costume like that in the previous. I know it's ugly, but yeah, just for a demonstration purpose, you can go to previous costume, next costume. But if you have more than 3 costumes, it makes more sense. Seriously. Of course, you can just copy. Okay, I don't need to explain. You understand the meaning of previous costumes there. Or you can even change costume by 1. Or particular it will jump through some costumes. 2 means it will jump through 2 costumes. Let's just see over here so that you can understand. You can see it's jumping through the costumes by 2. And it's coming back. That's how it's doing it. You can check the costume number. Even this report for color effects, if you're changing it, of course it will report 25. If you change it once more, it will report 50. Not only for color effects, but also for all these effects like quantize and saturation and all these effects over here. Even blur is there. I think so. That's what is new here. I of course doesn't notice this kind of stuff. So I don't know why. I miss this blur and all those things. But anyway, this can be buggy. I think so. But I don't know. Maybe we'll test it out. Yeah, it is. It's working actually, but not that effective. Still cool. And of course, that's the report for size. I don't know what was there. And you can check if it's hidden. So if it's hiding, it will report true. If it's showing, it will report false. And then you can go to front or back layer. That's okay. You can take a photo from my camera, but I don't want to, because this doesn't. Also, sometimes it can be buggy and may close the mod. So I don't know. I'm not going to test that out. You can clone the sprite. You can see it creates a sprite, but it's visible to us. That's why it's a problem. Anyway, it's very cool of cloning this same sprite. It's kind of like duplicate because it's visible, right? But I think so in modern versions it work differently, this cloning kind of stuffs. You can clone sprite to center as well. You can see now it's visible and temporarily it's gone. Wait, what just happened? I don't know. Don't know where it's gone. I think so it's invisible. Anyway, something's cloned over there. That's what I can understand. Delete this sprite. Let me just, I'll not draw it. I'll just click on this thing so that I'll get the default sprite. Where did I got this? Anyways, I lost the default sprite. I think so. Yeah, this folder contains media. I cannot believe that. Anyway, it contains media. I don't know that. So anyways, I need to something. I think I'll give new because I don't want to make my own sprite. Okay, so let's just review more things of the looks. You can paint a costume by clicking on this using blocks. That means when you're playing, the project will pop out. You can enter presentation mode using this block. You don't need to even click. You can attach what? Attach mouse pointer. What does that mean? I don't know what is this attach and detach. Okay, let's make one more sprite. Okay, it's like anchoring in Biob, I think so. One sprite can anchor towards other sprite. Okay, that's how it works. Let's attach that to the sprite too. So if it attaches, you can see that this thing becomes like one sprite. Yeah, that's kind of special. That's what is special about, I think so, Rage. Actually, I like this feature. Sometimes you can, if you control one sprite using motion, you control the other sprite as if like if you're making something like a hand body simulator with different sprites, then you can use this cool feature. If it is even there in other mods or even Scratch 3.0 itself, but of course they'll never add like these things because it makes complications or something. And then you can import image and wait. It'll just wait. Yeah, and export this sprite, save stage area to sprite or horizontal flip, which you can do. Vertical flip you can do. You can set image from a particular location to a costume, and yeah, you can check the loudness. But this is kind of lagging. I don't know what's going on wrong here. First of all, this block, I think so, it was kind of removed. Can you hear? You can see loudness is working. Pitch is also kind of working. Okay, it's buggy. It's just doing it randomly. This can detect if it's loud, saying true and false. This will say high pitch or not. High pitch. Okay, I cannot make girl sound or something. But of course, I think the low pitch is not working because no sound itself is like a low pitch or something. You can check if the key is pressed and just put that into variable. I don't know if it will work because in another mode itself this same thing happened. You can only press one key at a time, but almost all the keys, I think so, even shift. Okay, that doesn't work. But any other key like numbers and only numbers and alphabets, I think so. But in some other mode, there's more availability. So, anyways, this thing is there. You can check ASCII for a particular letter. Actually, capital letters different. ASCII from the small letters. You can see A is 97. That means, of course, B is 98 in ASCII. Even there is for symbols as well. But what will happen if you put two characters inside? Let's see. Anyways, it will report like that. Sprite name. You can report sprite name. You can check if one sprite is touching other sprite. Means like you can check if other sprite is touching another sprite. I don't know what is this thing about. So let's create one more sprite because one thing is anchored towards other. So I think so it's not showing the sprite 2 thing. Oh, we got a classic cat over here. I don't know what kind of luck we got. Lucky shot. We got that cat. Actually, one click is bringing in 2 things, I think so. I don't know. or maybe I'm clicking too hard. And then you can check if you're online, or you can check if you're in presentation mode. Means if you're in full screen, you can check that thing. If you're full screen, it say true. If you're on normal screen, it say false. You can show dialog like that. Okay, some information. I'll just put my usual advertisement there because I'm just feeling so, I don't know, maybe underdeserved. Just saying myself, I don't know why I say these things to myself. But before I used to say like I don't want subscription anyway. But anyway, subscribe it and make the button red to grey. And you can check if you're hosting mesh or even start a mesh. These things are about mesh. You can, as I told, you need a mesh just means of connecting two windows or even two computers on the LAN itself. But you need even something called IP address for connecting. There are sounds over here. There's a record sound block new, which is new. And then let's go to operator. Operator, you can make a number negative, just like absolute value, but it will make things negative. But you can make a negative number into negative, which will make it positive. Because making something negative is almost same as multiplying it by -1. Multiplying any number by -1 is just negative. That's what its negative means. But anyway, they're just trying to make things. Join something with another. Okay, this thing is similar to the previous block, but this thing is for 4 things, yeah, which is not required, but yeah, it's there. Then there's even exponential operator over here if you need. That is, of course, string operators. I think so. This two become common. You can reverse a particular thing, or even lowercase it. Like hello becomes small case hello. Small case hello becomes capital case. Or you can even shuffle letters. I think you shuffle cases. That's what it means. Okay, it's shuffling letters, but this thing is too short, so this creates something like. You can see that says it randomly shuffles the string. For shorter words, it will maybe not shuffle it that much. You can check the ASCII again over here. Of course, it is already there. Okay, this thing, of course, we have seen. This thing, let's test it out. I know this, I'm testing it out very longly, but I don't know what is the reason. Anyways, I'm just testing out. Be happy for that. Because before I don't used to be very curious like that in videos. Means I've made this kind of stuffs already, but not with all the mods over here. Only for few influential ones. But now I'm making for everything that I can possibly see or something. But come on, let's see. How much can we finish it? Okay, I don't need that. We just need a save block over there. If 0, it will say hi. So of course variable is equal to, so let's set that to 0. So it's not 0 because it's, so if it's 0, so it will say hi. Because this condition is true, it will say first thing. So if we change by 1, so it will say false because it's not equal to 0. It's kind of similar to, again I'm saying, it's kind of similar to this thing. You can skip around if you need. It's kind of similar to, wait, I'm just doing it. This thing is kind of similar to this. Means if this condition is true, it will do hi, else bye. This is what is going on over here. And then you can do contain one thing, or make a variable or a list, and even check if pen is down or not. Let's make my list as well. And even there is pen, you can check the pen size over there, the size of the pen. or you can stamp in. I think so it's working. Yeah, it's stamped something over here. And you can check pen shade. Okay, you can check if its pen is down. It's saying false. If you put it down, you can see a blue logo is coming, which means it's true. Yeah, it's reporting true. Or you can just pen it up and check if it's pen down or not. It's very interesting. And this even, I think so, replace items may be new, I don't know. And then you can show list or hide it. I think so, of course it's buggy. Yeah, it's not working. But anyway, it's